Okay, today is Friday, June the 11th of 2021. We took the tramway across, I believe that's called the Queensboro Bridge, and we came to a place called Roosevelt Island that sits in the middle of the East River. It's kind of a nice little park area. I'm going to pan around here. We're on the east side of Manhattan. Looks like maybe a new condo building is going in right there. Nice big old boat zooming by. As you pan on down, you can see the large white building with kind of the green front. That is the United Nations building. Okay, I walked a little further down and I noticed this spot right here where the Chrysler building, one of my all-time favorite skyscrapers, was visible right in between those two buildings. I thought that was a pretty good shot. It was the tallest building in the world for a short time in the early 1930s before the Empire State was built. As I was doing a little research and walking by more of the park, I found out that Roosevelt Island, actually back in the 1800s, was a place where there was a smallpox hospital. That's what you're looking at right here. At other times when there were sicknesses and problems, people were housed out here on the island as well. And here is the remains of the smallpox hospital. Okay, we've moved down to the south end of Roosevelt Island. There's a Four Freedoms Memorial here for President Roosevelt. We'll talk about that in just a moment. I just wanted to get a few more panoramic views of the city. The building with the slant on the top is called the City Core Building or City Core Center. It was built in the 70s and it actually had some structural problems. They were at one time worried, I think, that it might collapse, but I think it's all been taken care of. Looking more into Midtown, I really like this building in the center, which is called One Roosevelt. Our hotel is near there and it's been a great place to stay. Let me pan back a little bit. There's the United Nations building. I'm going to tell you about that in just a moment. And then down here, you can see in the far distance, you can see One World Trade Center. Okay, let me explain about the United Nations building. When World War II ended in 1945, a bunch of the countries of the world met in San Francisco, and the goal was to create an organization to try to solve problems in the world before they erupted into war again. The League of Nations that had been formed after World War I had been a failure, but they wanted to make sure that this time they got it right. So again, they've met in San Francisco, but then they decided to put the headquarters here in New York. And today, well over 150 countries in the world, in fact it might be closer to 200 countries in the world today, are a part of the United Nations. Each country that is a member sends representatives here. They try to negotiate things peacefully and try to work stuff out so we don't have giant wars and big problems like we did in the past. The United Nations, in my opinion, has done some good work, but there's definitely areas for improvement in that organization. But that's where it is headquartered, and there you have it.